Hello, and welcome to the Girls. That was the last side-eye that just happened. I'm Laura, also known as Lala, and this is episode 490.
Well, now I just sound whiny when I'm like, and I'm Leslie.
I don't know that makes you sound whiny.
Also known as You Don't Call Me Les. Today is...
It's your side-eye that threw me off.
You just caught it, because there's a camera.
Oh, well, yeah. Like you catch my side-eye because there's a camera.
So today's Thursday, the 25th of June.
All day.
Yes, all day. It's hot.
Yeah, it's like 90 degrees outside with like 90% humidity.
Mm-hmm. Well, in Mississippi, which is where we are, that's the temperature. But luckily there's blessed air conditioning blowing on the back of my neck right now. So you don't have to see my fat lady underboob sweat.
Well, we had some issues with the camera, the power supply on the monitor went, and then...
The microphone's port decided it was just done.
So we'll be spending some money.
Yeah. So thank you,
It's
Patreon
fun.
people.
Thank you, Patreon people. And we have a Patreon event tomorrow.
We do. We're going to tie strips of fabric to make a rag wreath rug. The only skills that involve...
Rag wreath, right?
Rag wreath, yes.
Yeah.
Not rug. Rag rug is on the brain. The only skills involved are tying knots. And not hard knots, just like regular old knots.
Oh, good. I might be able to do this one. I could take my fall wreath off my door from the
My Christmas wreath is still on.
So, you know, it's only July.
Yeah.
Well, you could say it's Christmas in July is coming up, so you're set.
Laura picked a nice purple palette. I know that's going to surprise you.
I know.
And I picked kind of a spearmint.
Oh, yeah.
So it's got like some reds, a lot of white and cream, and some sort of spearmint green. And
yeah.
A little bit of black.
It works very well.
Yeah. So we are late recording this week. That's just the norm. Would you like to go first?
Sure. I am working on a mini magpie.
That's a lot lighter in person than it was in the pictures. It was darker in the pictures. That was this is my wake-up alarm.
Oh, to make sure that you're awake to record?
To record, yeah.
I'm so glad that you have that.
At 7 o'clock.
So it is a pattern by Skinnigan's, Ellie, and it starts with an I-cord that you then pick up stitches from, and you actually knit the two little sleeves.
What is the I-cord for?
It's the neckband.
But why is it hanging off?
Oh, because on the smallest side, there's a button loop that's formed.
Okay. I was like...
To, like, bring that up.
It just seemed like a very weird artistic choice.
Yeah, it's not... I'm not finished with this. So, this is actually supposed to be a cropped little cardigan. But, and I'm doing the smallest size, which is a 0 to 6 month. But I was so busy talking to Ellie and having a good time when we were doing a live together that I went way past that point. And so now I'm just making it a full length little baby vest, and I'll get sleeves and buttons for this back band and an I-cord bottom treatment. And I'm knitting this out of Tempting You Yarns.
Oh, okay.
In Rose Cottage. I got this at Maryland Sheep and Wool a couple of years ago. It is their You So Sparkly base, which is a merino nylon like gold sparkle. It's 438 yards. And I'm going to use around, I don't know, like 250 of that, so I'll still have some to use in another project. And it's knit on giant size 8 needles. So it's meant to be nice and light. She also has an adult version of this and an adult V-neck version of this. So I'm thinking about making this for me. Isn't that cute with the little sleeve? That's where the sleeve stitches are in holders.
It's a good color. It's cute.
Yeah. So one of our friends is having a baby shower in August, so this will be part of her baby wardrobe that I'm knitting for her.
Do we know, is she having a boy, a girl?
Jamie's having a girl.
Okay. You've probably told me that several times.
No, I forget to tell you things. And then one of my other friends is having a little baby boy in November. And so I have a bounce blanket on the needles. I don't know that I worked on this. If I did, it was like a row or 2 rows. And that was it. I know it moved to my couch from my recording bag. So it did get pulled out at least, but I'm not certain much progress was made. This is the Bounce Blanket by Tin Can Knits. This is the stroller / car seat size, so it's around 27 inches wide, and it's going to be around 30 inches long. I'm using Neighborhood Fiber Company Studio DK, and the blues are actually going to be gradients. So this is the shades of turquoise gradient. I figured it out that every 5 repeats, I need to change color to go through the color sequence. So I have a good bit left. So I should definitely be able to get 2 more out of this. For sure. So that is the second thing that I am working on. And then the third thing I'm working on is a little baby vest. It is called The Little Vest. It's by Lisa Chimmerly. Chimmery?
I know what you're talking about, but yeah, Chimmery.
And I'm knitting this out of Another Crafty Girl in her Pound Puppies colorway. I'm doing the vest version. You can either do a vest or a dress by adding length. And I'm knitting this on size 7 needles. It's going fairly fast. I just haven't sat and knit on it a ton, but it's got like a slip stitch detail, and then it will go up from there. So 3 baby knits this week. That is all that is on the needles.
The bonus of baby knits is, with the exception of things like blankets or lace weight christening gowns, they usually go pretty quick.
Yeah, they do go fairly fast. And I tend to knit a lot of baby stuff over the summer anyway, even when I don't have 3 pregnant friends.
Because it's too hot to have a big project in your lap?
Well, because I know during the school year I will need more baby stuff, and so I like to kind of stockpile and fill my baby gift bin ahead of time, so that when things are super crazy busy during the school year and I'm putting in a lot of hours at work, I don't have to worry about doing something last minute. So that is the plus of what's going on. Plus, I've been discovering this summer a lot of baby knits out of fingering weight. So it's a great way of using up that, like this is a gorgeous one skein.
Yeah, like a souvenir skein from somewhere. Or
and pass that on, and usually sock weight is superwash. So before this I did a little boxy for the same person, so she'll have 2, and especially in the climate that we live in, fingering weight is a nice weight for babies who are born in the end of August, beginning of September. You know, you do the 0 to 6 month size, and you can get some fall / winter wear out of it. But yeah, so I'm rolling along on those, getting my stash yardage in.
You're
what are you
kicking my ass on stash
well,
dash.
I've been spinning a lot, and I think that helps quite a bit. What are you working on right now?
I'm looking at Laura's spinning and very much coveting one of them.
Really?
Yeah. So I've only got a couple things I'm actively working on, and actively is maybe a misnomer. So the first thing is the Hasukai cowl, which I've only knit a couple rows worth since the last time you saw it, so it's not going to look any different at all to you. But it is just a long tube in garter stitch. It's garter stitch in the round, so it's knit 1 round, purl 1 round. Or knit half the round and purl the other half and not realize it until several inches.
I've done that before many a time. I've done that on this, in fact.
Yeah.
This little baby sweater, because it's got 2 different stitch markers that are very different. Like, one's a dangly, one's a ring. And I switched halfway through and had to go back and
this one's like, it's not the whole row, it's most of a row, but not quite.
So you like picked it up and put it down or something.
Yeah, so
some cat was vomiting somewhere, or something was happening that needed your attention at that moment.
So I'll go back and duplicate stitch it, maybe, if I care enough. We'll see.
It'll be scrunched up around your neck, too.
Well, it's not going to me. This is actually going to go to my nurse practitioner.
Oh, okay.
Because I really like her lots. So it's the Hasukai cowl. It's got sort of a fluttery or a ruffled edge, and then it's a long tube for I want to say like 30 or 36 inches, and then it's another ruffle, so you can wear it like a scarf around your neck, or you can wear like the tube you can put over your neck. You can scrunch it down,
yeah, like you're a turtle in a shell.
So, yeah, so this is just Jared Flood's Plains yarn, I think.
Yep.
Brooklyn tweed, yeah, in Treehouse.
Yep, they sell it at House of Yarn.
That's where I got it, too.
I just ordered Ply magazine from them.
I saw that.
And Pom Pom.
And then the other thing that I just cast on, and I can't find, there it is. So this is, the yarn is House of a la Mode. I think Laura got this for me.
Yeah.
It's been a little while.
When I was feeling stalkery like 3 years ago.
And it is the tweed DK base in the Calypso colorway.
Oh, it's a tweed base.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So this is what it looks like in the skein. It's very colorful.
I think I got that for you because you like that, like, tweedy, the tweed with color bits in it.
Mm-hmm. So this is a B to the 3 hat. It's a simple brioche beanie. I've knit a couple times before.
Is that going to stay with you, or are you going to give it to someone else?
It'll go in the pile. Get given to somebody. So this one is, you knit on smaller needles for 2 inches to make the brim, and then you go up like 3 needle sizes and knit the rest of it. So, yeah, I just cast this on at Laura's the other day and then completely forgot about it until earlier today when I was swatching for something and waiting for it to dry.
What did you swatch for?
You're not going to know what I'm talking about. It's called Waves and Sand, but here I'll show our podcast viewers at home. Let's see.
If you bring it up on Rab.
I'm just going to bring the pattern up.
Yeah, well, just bring the picture up and make it large.
You're very bossy today.
I am, but I want to make sure it doesn't cause any issues with people.
I haven't seen that graphic before.
They switched some stuff today.
Because it like just auto-logged me in.
Yeah.
Let's see. Waves and...
So while we're discussing this, why I brought that up for Leslie to show just the large pictures, there have been some accessibility issues with Ravelry and the new format. And the amount of white space that there is on the new format is causing some issues with people. So we want to make sure, if you're one of those people, maybe don't look at this, and I'll tell you when it's...
I'm only going to show a picture. There's not going to be a graphic, very little white space.
There shouldn't be any animation.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that you guys are being safe. We don't want to cause any harm of any kind.
So, yeah. Let's edit this. I like it just covering me. So it's by Irina Anakiva. I've got several of her patterns in my queue, but you can either choose to put color on both sides or one side, and it's knit sideways, clearly, based on the feather and fan. That's relatively easy to figure out. I think it calls for a sport weight, but I've got the yin and yang yarn from Loop.
Yeah, and the fingering weight. Weren't you doing something else out of that?
I was. Now I've changed my mind several times. So,
but you had started something else out of it.
But
okay.
I ripped it out. So I'm swatching for this, but the swatch is not. I went up several needle sizes, and it's still not.
You're trying to replace a sport with a fingering. So.
I know, but I went up too as well. And it's just. It's not going to work for this pattern, but I swatched for it. Anyhow.
I bet you we have some sport weight in one of our stashes that you can use for that.
Well, I'm more like I want to use the yarn and I need to figure out a pattern at this point. But yeah. But like pattern shopping, I spend as much time pattern shopping as I do knitting the pattern, so.
Leslie is not super decisive when it comes to pattern decisions.
Because, and I think we talked about this, but it's, it takes me a long time to knit a sweater, a full garment. So, so I'm going to make sure that what I make is going to work for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyhow,
that wasn't a criticism, it's just a point that it takes you some time.
So mean to me.
I am. So, mean and bossy today.
Mean and bossy.
As per usual.
So, yeah, that's it. That's all that I've got.
But you have a finished object that's amazing.
I have 2 finished objects.
Oh, see? I missed one of them. I didn't even read.
So, the first finished object is a pair of socks, and Laura cranked these for me, so...
So really, they should count for my stash.
No. But, so I'm counting just the heels and toes.
Oh, that autumn color. Hints of autumn, is that what that one is?
It's autumn and mint.
Okay.
Don't try to do your Rain Man thing.
Well, apparently not very well.
So this is Coloring Book Yarns in the autumn and mint colorway. Laura cranked the tubes, and I put in heels and toes, and then did a sort of an afterthought fold over cuff. So I'm only counting about 50 meters worth of this for my stash.
It's gorgeous, though. I love that color.
I do too. I really like it. I tried to make them match as closely as possible, but I hate wasting yarn, so...
Oh, I don't mind that.
If I have to pull out, like, 2 stripes worth of a color to make it match, I hate doing that.
I just use that as waste yarn to, like, tie skeins and other things.
You're just more organized than I am.
I don't... People got a hint of my studio space on my live today, so they know exactly how not organized I am right now. I'm really, like... I guess because I'm spending 24 hours a day in my house, it's just gotten, like, the studio space is just torn apart. So I need to reorganize and do some stuff with that. I need Gwen to visit. Okay. I need the pandemic to stop so Gwen can visit and organize my life. Please and thank you. No other reason than that.
I finished a sweater, so I'm getting a little over 2,000 meters.
Yay!
This is the... I forgot what it's called.
It's Ice Skating Party by Amy
Starboard
Florence.
Rock is the name of the pattern. It's a fingering weight.
I'll help.
It's
that's gorgeous.
Merino nylon from Stranded Dye Works in the Ice Skating Party. I have a red line across my bust.
And you alternated
I did alternate skeins, but for somehow those 2 skeins wound up with this stripe of that color at the same time, and I didn't notice. So it's an artistic effect.
I love it though.
So it like draws attention right to the.
It's just one. It's just one line.
No.
Oh no, that one's
2.
up. Yeah.
It's so the 2 different skeins somehow I matched them. Like mostly it's scattered pretty well, like those pops of that purpley red, but anyhow, I
love that though.
Finished
it's gorgeous.
The sleeves and everything a couple days ago, and then soaked it and blocked it outside where there's lots of nice sunshine. It's actually a little bit too large, just like a little bit, but I'm okay because it's kind of like a boxy, like it's sort of a comfy throw on.
Like zoom out the water before you blocked it?
No, because my spin dryer is like under my kitchen table somewhere.
Oh. So I think if you do that, that might actually scrunch it in a little bit next time you block it. Because the weight of the water actually makes superwash your
underwear. No, what I do is I take it, I block it in my bathroom, I soak it in my bathroom sink, so I'll let out the water, and then I, squish, and then I immediately put it onto a towel that I've laid on the floor and roll it up in the towel and then step on it to get out all the water. Because I'm wary of things stretching because of the weight. I think maybe you told me about it at one point. I don't know.
He told me about it. So
maybe
in the Bossy class that I took at SKP.
So it's done. I started it.
I feel like we should, if this was Animal Crossing, we would have the little like
the poppers, the little poppers on the party. So it took me about 3.5 months to finish it.
It's a fingering weight sweater.
It's a 2,000 meter sweater. Yeah. So, but I'm really happy with it, and I got Kobe to take some pictures. So I will put pictures in with the magic of technology here.
And you're going to send some to me because I started at the TheKnitGirll's Instagram.
I can't believe it was still available, honestly. That's shocking to me. Well, I mean, it shouldn't be because who the hell are we? But still. I actually have a third finished object that I forgot about. So Laura and
I did not finish mine.
When did we do this? Saturday?
Saturday, and then, was it Saturday or Sunday?
I think it was Saturday.
Time is so fluid right now. It was Saturday.
So we did a fail along, and it was for it was the floating gemstone necklace
from Pearl Soho.
And so you had this silk thread, and then you got this assortment of beads in different sizes.
Yeah.
And you basically braided the 3...
80 inches worth of silk.
Yeah, in different sized...
like 320 inches of silk.
Yeah, so I'm going to count 5 total meters for Stash.
There you
go. So yeah, I finished this. Actually, I've got, where I sit to work, I've got like a metal cart that's got the Cricut and several other organizational things. And so I just...
tie it to that?
I didn't. I got a magnet.
Oh.
Between this and the metal, like, bar.
That's
and it held it perfect, so...
That's super smart.
Yeah, the biggest fail that we had was the beading needles on this were like super thin. I
can't find my...
I couldn't either. Like, I went through everything.
I'll have to look and see what actual beading needles I have.
But the ones they gave us were thinner than the ones I've used before. And, like, you look at them weird, and they immediately, like, collapse in on themselves. So,
yeah.
But the kit was cool. It had everything you needed. It had a full-color book.
It had, like, a poster of different gemstones. Mm-hmm.
So, I think it was, like, $65, somewhere around there. So, it is pricey. But if you're, like, an intro to beading, it might be good. If you have beaded in the past, you probably already have all the supplies that you need at your house. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. That's my finished objects. I have no spinning.
Cool. I also have 3 finished objects.
Let me make sure that I took my spinning out, because I think Laura said I didn't.
So...
Yeah, I did not, so let me...
I finished I have pearl hair everywhere, because that is my life. Where's the other sock? I finished the Christmas at the Cabin, Rock and String. Oh my gosh, the amount of pearl hair is insane. Leave my stuff alone.
I want it, though.
Nope, that one's totally mine. That's not going anywhere. So these are some tube socks that were cranked on the Speedster sock machine, and then I put in ribbing, heels, and toes. So these are for me, and they are done. These are my Christmas socks for this year. I'll probably do another pair at least of Christmas as well. So Rock and String, and then the stuff that I knit was knit on size 0s. And then I knit a Beloved bonnet.
Which you've knit a couple times before.
Once before, yeah. Okay. Which is a Tin Can Knits pattern. This was out of some alpaca someone gave me at SSK one year. It calls for DK weight, so this is worsted weight. So this is like a toddler size. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Super cute pattern. It uses short rows, German short rows, which are always fun to knit. I-cord. I'm on like an I-cord binge this week. And
I like that. I need to make one of those at some point.
Oh, it's super fun. I think you'll like it. I kept messing up the garter stitch, so I had to rip back. I actually ripped back down on this line because I had added garter ridges, so I ripped back in short rows and increases and managed to pull it back up. So I was very proud of myself on that. And I think that was knit on size 5s or 6s. And then what Leslie's wearing, which is my new favorite hat, is a pattern by Woolly Wormhead, and I can send you a picture to put in of me looking nice in it. It is the Woodland Slouch by Woolly Wormhead. It is out of fully spun Postscript DK in the POC Inclusive Pride colorway. Brooke is currently sold out of this colorway. But if you go to her website, she has a notification where you can be notified when it's back in stock. And she's in the process of a giant move. And what you can see is there are twisted stitches. So it's like a reverse stockinette with little stars of twisted stitches.
And the colors are being washed out a little bit. It's much more like rich reds and blues and greens.
Yeah, it's definitely the pride flag with the brown and black added to it, but it's really, really pretty.
Yeah, that's a much more color accurate.
Yeah, and every stitch is like a different color, so I like it a lot. And speaking of pride, on spinning, I started the pride colorway from Neighborhood Fiber Company. And this is a gradient. And actually, I'm almost in spinning the second half. I'm going to do a 2-ply, and I'm flipping them. So it's going to go Roy G. Biv one way, and then the second ply will be the opposite direction. So V, like violet, indigo, blue, the opposite. And backwards.
Neighborhood Fiber Company started a charity, right?
They did.
For different BIPOC people in the industry, right?
I'm not quite. I don't know the details off the top of my head,
okay.
And I don't want to misspeak. So
while you're talking about spinning, I'll put a link in our show notes. Our show notes are always found at TheKnitGirlls with 3Ls.com.
And of course, all the information about Neighborhood Fiber Company is on their website, and they have some great yarn. That's obviously what I'm also knitting the blanket with and enjoying immensely. And this fiber is Polworth. So I actually got 2 of these braids, and this one is going to go to my friend Patrina, and the other one I'm spinning for my friend S.O. Waters.
I love Patrina.
Yeah, I love Steven too.
Oh yeah.
Good people. So that is what is currently being spun, and that's being spun on the Ladybug. Things that I've finished this week. Back in Fiber in the Borough, which was in October, I ran into this very small farm called River Cottage Farm. And she had these gorgeous bats that were Romney, like a gray Romney with pops of sari silk. And so I got 2 of those bats, so 5 ounces, to spin. And I spun them long draw. And so I got, when I plied it, 440 yards total, which in stash dash meters is 1,210 meters. So yeah, it was enough that I couldn't fit them on 2 bobbins. I had to break into a 3rd bobbin to ply, to spin, and then plied it all together. Was this the one that you really liked? Well, you can have it. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then last week I showed this, and then I had some serious bobbin malfunction. So when I brought this over last week, for some reason, on the opposite end, the singles fell off the bobbin, like they came loose.
Oh no.
And so as I didn't notice right away, and then I was chain plying it, and I had to throw out 25 yards because it was all a tangled mess. And that was totally on me. That's just because I was bringing stuff back and forth, and it just got lost in the shuffle. And anyway, so this is Angel Lock. I can't remember the rest of their name, and Leslie's doing stuff. She's shopping.
No, I'm not. I'm looking for the name of the charity.
She's looking at Neighborhood Fiber Company. So it's Angel Lock. I can't remember off the top of my head. But this was one of their Cordell gradients. They always vend at, the last 2 years they vended at Maryland Sheep and Wool. And it goes from that dark green to a middle green to a light green. And this is 200 yards. The NFC Momentum Fund.
Neighborhood Fiber Company.
Yeah.
Momentum Fund. I think it's for the Baltimore community. I'm sorry, I was incorrect about it being.
Yeah, I wasn't certain on that, so.
Alright, so I'm just going to put a link to that in our show notes. Neighborhood Fiber Company are great folks.
Yep. I went to their shop back in November. It was super. I think they've moved since then, but it was in an old fire station. It was super cool. And then the last spinning that I have is Colorway Fiber Arts.
Colorway, like W-A-E?
Yeah,
okay.
like Way.
Okay.
From She Used to Die for Tempting You.
Tempting You, yeah.
And she's not dying for Tempting You anymore. She had a small child, and
that makes structured work hours difficult.
Yeah, so what this is her Cheviot, and I spun it for socks, and I wanted to do the Joanna Spring where you do half of a chain ply, and then the other half is a traditional 3-ply. So the chain ply is blocked colors, so that'll be a striping gradient, and then the other half is that traditional 3-ply. So I'll stripe that into
out
socks.
Of 1 4-ounce bump?
Yeah, these are both out of 1 4-ounce bump.
So together they're 8 ounces.
Yeah,
okay.
I just, I ran out of singles on one of them, so I pulled from the chain ply to finish off the other half. So yes, it is around 315 yards altogether. So like sport weight, I'm gonna do like shorty socks out of it.
I'm not listening to you.
I know.
I'm trying to figure out what I want to do.
I'm well aware. So yeah. So, and I actually have something else that I applied that I didn't wind off yet. So I spun around a pound. I got finished with a pound this week, which is good because I bought 4 pounds in the past month and a half. And so, but all these, except for that, came from that Maryland purchasing. So, and the Kim Dyes yarn came from that. So I've spun like a pound out of the 4 that I bought. So yeah, and Tour de Fleece, that's what I forgot to put in the show notes. So Tour de Fleece starts on the 27th, which is Saturday. So I am going to be spinning for that. So there will be a lot of spinning. I'm going to have to find some kind of show to watch as I spin. Because I can't watch, because I can't watch the bicycle race this year. That's what I always watch, is the bicycle race. So I'm going to have to find something else to do.
Tour de France being the bicycle race she's talking about.
Yeah. That goes with that. So yeah, that's like 4 hours a day of TV watching that I won't have. So I'll have to do something else. I don't know, like getting into books and reading that section. Like, I can't sit and just do stuff for long periods of time, except to play Animal Crossing. So I have been listening to audiobooks, but I'll listen for like 30 minutes and that'll be it for the day. So I am still reading From the Desk of Zoe Washington. It's really good. Like, that's not a criticism of the book. It's a criticism of my mental capacity of what's going on right now. So that is a middle grade book. It is about a girl named Zoe Washington. She lives with her mom and stepfather in Boston, and she loves to bake. She has a summer internship at a cupcake place, which is not going exactly how she thought it was going to go. She does a lot of assembling boxes versus baking, because she's 12.
Yeah.
And she also, on her 12th birthday, got a letter from her biological father, who's in prison.
Right, I remember you talking
about that. So it is about that situation as well. Really, really well written. Really enjoying it so far. I'm on chapter 20 out of 36, so I'm almost done. I listened to it today when I went to your Target, where they threw groceries in the back of my car, in my trunk. So... And I went to work today and did some stuff that I needed to get done, so I was listening to it during that time. But what I've been watching on YouTube that's kind of related to this, is they did a Juneteenth book festival, and I watched a lot of the middle grade and YA content that they had available there, and it was really, really enjoyable. It's free, so if you are interested in middle grade and YA, and I think they added some adult content in the last week or so, some romance stuff. That is definitely worth, and actually I'll probably finish watching, because I didn't get through everything. I'll probably finish watching, because it was probably 20 hours worth of content at least, as I spend this week. And I've also been watching The Floor is Lava on Netflix, because now I'm out of them, and it makes me very sad, because that is the level of brain power. But we still have Titan games.
Yeah, we do.
And we still have some other things. Drag Race All-Stars, which we're all caught up on. And then Queer Eye and We Were Here to catch up on.
We are here.
We are here, thank you. So we still got stuff. But what have you been reading and listening to and watching?
So for reading, I read the 6th book in the Demigods of San Francisco series, Sin and Surrender.
Oh, that's still going on.
Yeah, it's the last one.
Okay.
And
maybe I'll reread all those.
It sort of left an opening for a spin-off series. The main character has 2 wards, the boy and the girl, and it sort of left the opportunity for the girl to have a spin-off.
There's a new Alana Andrews coming out in August.
Which one? Which series?
The Emeralds.
I loved that until it switched characters.
Oh, see, I like that series.
I'm not sure about the Siren chick being the main character. I mean, I'll read it because it's Alana Andrews, and I love their books.
I'm also really enjoying the Riders series, which you won't read till it's all out, but they're publishing weekly.
So I finished that book, so that means I'm done with that series, and that's a male-female paranormal romance, or paranormal sort of urban fantasy, maybe. I don't know. And then I am currently reading How to Save an Undead Life by Haley Edwards. It's male,
she's written
female.
A lot of stuff.
This is my first book by her, I think.
Yeah.
It got recommended from something else. And it's male, female, modern, like paranormal fantasy.
You sound so excited about it.
I'm trying to, like, I hate trying to categorize things because I feel like I'm always leaving something out. And it's good. I mean, I'm almost done with it. And I've been re-listening to the Illuminae Files by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. They've written several other book series that I've liked. This series of books is interesting in the way that it's told. It, like, alternates between memos and IM conversations and video footage, transcripts, and that sort of thing. It's science fiction, male-female romance, but like very little. It's just, I think they kiss at one point. Like there's,
so it's science fiction,
YA maybe. I mean, there's not a lot of. Well, I don't know. I don't really know what the distinction is. There's no graphic anything.
Are the characters adults?
They're like on the cusp of adulthood, like 17, 18. So, and I don't read a lot of books with main characters that age because I find it really hard to relate to characters that age. But I've read the series before and really liked it. So, yeah, I'm re-listening to it. I'm on the second of three books. I have to find some more recommendations for Kobe because he listens to audiobooks almost at the same rate that I do.
He likes Brandon Sanderson, right?
He does, yeah. And there's a couple that he hasn't listened to yet. Has he done
Scythe by,
No.
Okay.
That one keeps getting recommended.
It's on the Audible buy two get one, or, buy two for one right now, so I have it on mine.
Anyway,
because that's one of the ones that our kids read in 8th grade now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for Dystopia Unit.
So that's what I've been listening to. I have also been watching The Floor is Lava.
It's the best horror show ever.
I've been watching a lot of movies and shows in the Black Lives Matter collections on different platforms like Netflix and Prime.
So like 13th and Selma.
Yeah, Just Mercy, which I never thought Jamie Foxx would be able to make me cry, and he absolutely 1,000% did.
See, I have that book pulled to read, so I haven't watched that yet.
It's shocking as a white person in Mississippi to learn about all these things. I had no idea it even happened.
Did you watch Spies of Mississippi?
Yes, where they essentially created their own CIA for the Sovereignty Commission or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's hard to learn these sort of things, but it's necessary. I mean,
absolutely.
So if you have recommendations for that sort of thing, I would love to hear it. What else? We talked about Neighborhood Fiber Company's NFC Fund.
We have a Patreon on Friday.
We do. Tomorrow we're going to
fail.
Probably, but that's the joy. Animal Crossing. Laura hit a milestone.
Yeah, I found my last fossil today, so that made me happy. I wish I got like a golden shovel or something.
I know, I was so annoyed that you didn't get anything. I wish that once you found all the fossils, they would stop being buried.
No, because you have to turn them in for money.
Yeah.
I guess you don't have to get them praised anymore. You can just turn them in.
Yeah. I never even thought about that. I still get them assessed every day.
Oh, that's Carrie said that today.
Yeah,
so
that's smart. I haven't done it.
I might save like the T-Rex one and then create a T-Rex somewhere.
I've constructed a T-Rex, and it's not called a pterodactyl, but it looks like a pterodactyl. And there's one more. I'm trying to create a stegosaurus, and I'm missing like the tail or something.
Well, if I get one, I will let you know.
But everything else, I sell.
And they're doing a big update tomorrow, like
it's for
July 1st,
the 4th
right?
of July weekend, I think, is when it goes into effect. But like you can like explore the sea.
Yeah, I guess you could do that in Pocket Camp. So they've brought that feature over.
Okay.
But also this weekend is the big bug off thing, like bug gathering. There's like, you know, the fishing tourney competition. There's like a bug version of that this weekend.
Oh.
Have your villagers not been telling you about that? Because that's all they're telling me about.
I mean,
like,
I was only on
obsessed
for
with
a few minutes this morning, but...
Oh, it's been like a week and a half they've been telling me, I feel like. Or at least every day this week.
The bug guy comes to my island like once a week, but that's not... Is that what you're talking about? Flick?
Yeah, but it's... Did you ever do the fishing tourney, or did you not have your...
I guess I didn't have it at that point.
So, there was a day where, like, you have to catch as many fish as you can in, like, 2 minutes, and you can get different rewards. That's how I have the fish carpet in my bathroom at my virtual house. Because I'm fancy like that.
What's her face? Isabel keeps saying if I want to get awards from the Happy Home Academy, I need to make my furniture and walls and stuff match. But, like, my goal is to look as ridiculous as possible. So, I think right now my character's got a pig nose, a pirate hat.
Well, that has nothing to do
like,
with
an
your
ice
happy
skating.
home.
But it's a reflection of my house. You know.
I need to work on my house sometime this week. I've been working on hybrid flowers a little bit.
I've been planting...
I've not gotten a gold rose yet, so I'm working on that.
I've got 2 black roses, so I'm hoping, because they create gold, right? Between the 2 black roses.
I haven't looked it up.
I think that's what creates the gold, so I'm watering them in the hopes that
It's been raining on my island every day this week, so I keep getting a ton of excess flowers, so if you need anything, let me know.
Yeah, they take over, man. What else?
So we kind of talked about Ravelry and accessibility. Hopefully they're working on that. Hopefully they will fix it quickly. I know Evanita on Instagram has come up with a plugin, and it's linked at the top of my Instagram right now. But if you have any questions on that, I'm happy to send you her way, because I am in no way a coder. But it's a plugin that
reverts it to the classic.
No, it changes like the amount of white and some other things. And I know they stopped the the animation on the front page where you log in today supposedly stopped. But it's a serious issue, and hopefully it gets resolved quickly.
I had, this just goes to show the privilege of ableism or whatever, I guess, but I wouldn't have even thought about it. I mean, I'm not a coder. I don't create, the TheKnitGirlls is a website, but I used a WordPress plugin to do all that, but I wouldn't have even thought about it. So, there's learning to do for all of us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hopefully the Rav team will get it fixed. They're usually pretty good about that stuff.
Well,
we'll see.
It's been a week, so hopefully it will happen pretty quickly. But I did create a TheKnitGirlls Instagram just for the TheKnitGirlls, where I'm going to post like episodes. So if you can't get to Ravelry and you want to know when we post, of course you can go to our website, which is theknitgirls.com, and that's where our show notes are. And it's the TheKnitGirls with 3 L's. On YouTube, that's where we post to put up the video, and also
there's so many places you can get our episodes
and stuff. But yeah, our website is always the best part. You can always chat on YouTube, but also this will give us another place to have chatter.
And it's going to be manned 100% by Laura, because
it's my 3rd Instagram account.
Social media is all Laura.
So hopefully I don't mess up and toggle between them. This is my last week for Instagram Live, so thank you everyone who's spent time joining me since March. I think we did over 60 of them.
So this is your last week for scheduled content.
Yes.
You'll still sporadically do.
Yeah, sure. Every once in a while if I have something.
Right.
I unboxed my Camilla Fiber Company order the other day on a live. It was super fun, super cute. A 5-minute live. So yeah, those, and the ones that once Instagram TV went where they pulled in, those ones will always be there. So I think there's 20 saved ones at this point. So yeah, lots of cool stuff there.
Yeah, I need to watch the one with Katrina.
You should just watch them all, but the one with Patrina is especially good. The one with Brooke of Fully Spun is also very good. There's a lot of good ones that I've enjoyed. So, the one with Gwen is a delight.
Gwen is just, like, undercover amazing.
I need to get her, like, back sometime. I need to get Patrina back sometime. Like, Brooke when she's not busy moving. Some other people. I did one with Star Knits today. That was fun. Because she had her whole virtual booth set up because she's vending for the zombie knitpocalypse. I said it correctly. I always stumble over that word for some reason. This weekend. So she was all set up with her booth. It was super cute. So yeah, Rick is always a joy. I've done a lot of really fun ones and got to meet some new people through them as well. So it's been lots of fun. But I have lots of work to do for work, including some Zoom things that I have next week. So that actually were scheduled during that time. So yeah, I think that's about it. Is there anything else that you can think about?
Not that relates to the show.
Looks like you have a small boo-boo there.
No, this is just from the cast on. It's kind of a wonky stitch, so I'm going to pull out the knot and wiggle it around.
Do you do knots in your cast-ons?
Yeah, for the first stitch. I do.
Oh, see, I don't.
You see how she says that, where it's like...
No, I just
no. She says it, and she's
judging.
like, oh, that's interesting, but at the same time, it comes across as, one day you'll know better.
I wasn't judgy at all. I was just curious, because I haven't done knots in a long time. No!
Since I was a beginner knitter, I didn't know any better.
Because I can't make knots. That's why I cannot make a slip knot to save my life.
You are so full of it.
I cannot. That's part of the reason why I failed so hardcore on the necklace, is it took me a long time to make the knots at the beginning.
Uh-huh.
It did.
Okay.
You were done, and I was, like, still putzing around. All right.
You guys have a lovely weekend. If you are one of our Patreon folks, we'll see you tomorrow or later today, because this will probably go up tomorrow.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.